Hello everyone, I am Srivennala, 8th semester Computer Science Department. My seminar topic is DevOps. These are the contents. So beginning with introduction. Major concerns we hear from industry are how can we release product on time, how can we have stable releases, how can we address the problem before end users get impacted. The simple answer to all these is to embrace DevOps. DevOps is a buzzword on the internet. Many people have misconception that DevOps is a software or a tool, but in reality it is a philosophy or mindset or working way which integrates the software developers and system operations team in order to improve collaboration and productivity by automating infrastructure, automating workflows and continuously measuring application performance. The word DevOps is derived from two sectors of IT, that is the development, dev, and operations, ops. It's a process. DevOps is a process that includes rapid, repeatable, consistent, flexible, and scalable deployment, development, and release, followed by user feedback. The logo defines what DevOps is. The development, which includes planning, coding, building, testing, and afterwards it is released to the operations team, which deploy, operate, and monitor. After the monitoring is done, the feedback is collected and the cycle repeats. Business needs. Business needs which DevOps can address are first is maladaptation. Many organizations have software development processes that are adapted around an out-of-date model. It is important for both the organization and the customers. It affects the way organizations deliver their products. It also affects the way clients deliver their software to their users. The next is the legacy issues. The waterfall development approach groups work into large infrequent release. The approach has been spec everything, bundle into huge releases, test everything, and throw it over the wall at each stage. It is a sequential process with one phase being completed before the next begins. However, in desire for low cost and faster time to market, teams often overlap development and test. Hence, for software, there is no better way and it's DevOps. Disconnect. The development paradigm created a disconnect between the developers and the business as development and operations don't talk to each other much. It also created a loss of accountability for ultimate results due to silos. So, what is silos? It's a mentality or mindset present when certain departments or sectors do not wish to share their information with others in the same company. The next is long cycle time. Large releases lead to long cycle times. Major defects take a long time to fix. Configuration. Traditionally, there have been development, testing, and production environments, all with their own software, hardware, and configuration. Tremendous expense and manual effort to keep environment configurations in sync. Multiple different testing environments for different types of testing is also required. The waterfall approach sometimes results in most testing being performed at the very end. Many functions must be tested, and this requires enormous effort. The pressure to deliver frequently results in testing being cut short. Thereby, the result is products being released without adequate testing, which leads to quality issues. Problem statement. Client's business is changing radically and at unprecedented speed. Yes, technologies has changed. Cloud, mobile and web services or applications with new releases happening much more quickly. Due to this advancement, there are higher expectations for the users, speed, agility and functionality. Companies can't keep using outmoded ways of working. It simply won't meet these expectations, and other companies will use newer methods. So, the objective. The client pain points are addressed by a continuous development and release processes where needs are identified and changes pushed out quickly. So, the continuous process has a software cycle is as follows: continuous business planning, followed by development collaboratively, continuous testing, continuous release and deployment, continuous monitoring, and ultimately continuous customer feedback and optimization. How it works is it has major four principles. They are: first, develop and test. Development and quality assurance QA teams develop and test against the systems that behave like the production system. There will be one standard system against which the developed product is compared. So this follows the left shift concept, moving everything to earlier in the development cycle, which allows the application delivery processes themselves to be tested and validated early. The second principle is deploy. Deploying with repeatable, reliable processes allows development and operations to support an agile software development process all the way through to production. Automation is essential to supporting processes that are continuous, iterative, frequent, repeatable, and reliable. Automating is like automating the infrastructure so that they can focus on things that improves the business. The next principle is monitor and validate. DevOps moves the process of monitoring and validating operational quality earlier in the lifecycle by performing automated testing early and often to monitor functional and non-functional characteristics of the application. The software cycle becomes earlier because it is automated. Automated testing is an important part of the DevOps as part of development process. We can immediately find out when something is broken without a lot of manual labor to check it. Frequent monitoring after migration provides early warning about operational and quality issues that may occur in production. The next principle is the feedback. To amplify feedback loops in software delivery, an organization must get quick feedback and then learn rapidly from every action it takes. DevOps enables organizations to react and make changes more rapidly. The organization creates communication channels that allow all the stakeholders to provide access and act on the feedback. The stakeholders can include business analysts, testers, developers, designers, architects, coders, release engineers, deployment engineers, and infrastructure engineers. So the diagram is depicted for the principles. It uses four steps, that is the four principles, that is the develop and test, release and deploy, monitor and optimize, and plan and measure, which is done using agile and lean technologies. So what are these? Agile software development characterized by division of tasks into shorter phases of work and frequent reassessment and adaptation of plans. Each short phase is called sprint in Agile. All sprints are subjected to design, develop, test, and recover individually. Agile team manages flow by working in cross-functional teams on delivering one iteration at a time. Lean encourages teams deliver faster by managing flow, limiting the amount of work in process to reduce context switching and improve focus. Implementation. A new development methodology means big changes. Where DevOps is concerned, this means thinking about culture, processes, and tools. All are important for the success of DevOps. So, the first, changing the culture. Idea, build, learn. So, it is get an idea, build it, get feedback from it, and iterate. Okay. So, test ideas with users as early as possible to minimize waste. Fail fast. Fail small before you fail all. This is better than failing at once with the entire project. The next, DevOps thinking. DevOps goes across the development organization. It's a process that breaks down the silos. Yes, we have already thought, seen about this. Breaks down the distinction between various roles by integrating them. Yes, of course, it's integrating the development on the organization, so a distinction is not seen. An organization must have all the silos under the control of one senior executive sponsor because they work in collaboration. There should be one person who's looking after all of these. That is the person as senior executive sponsor. Technical depth. Companies must get to the root of their building issues and re-engineer their processes. In terms of culture, DevOps is not about do the same process as before, only faster, but remove the dead wood in how things have been done. Yes, it's not just that you have to do it faster, but you have to find the exact error and remove it. That is nothing but called as the dead wood here. Must pay off the technical debt first and then create new automated environment to deploy code. The second is implementing with what? Implementation is streamlining processes. Agile is a project management approach that is well suited to DevOps projects. Either can exist without the other, that is the DevOps and Agile, but however, it is considered that DevOps work best with Agile. Agile is primarily focused on engineering side of things, that is architecture, code, test, automation, etc. Each Agile team should be striving to have code as close to production ready as possible at the end of every iteration. Continuous integration is foundational for DevOps. This is what makes DevOps work. Automated tests run against apps to make sure they still work or meet the basic requirements, so nothing has broken. This is the plan of how the development cycle is, which involves multiple tools here. So first, in the continuous business planning, let us consider Kanban tool. Let us see what it is. It is used to manage work at a personal or organizational level. So this is in the planning tool. Next, the collaborative development and continuous integration has various tools like Git, Jenkins, etc. What is Git? It is an open source distributed version control system designed to handle everything from small to large projects with speed and efficiency. So next, continuous testing also involves tools like Selenium, JUnit, Cucumber, etc. So Selenium, it's a portable framework for testing web apps. It provides a playback tool for authoring functional tests without the need to learn the test scripting language. This is much better, yes. Then next is the continuous release and deployment. That involves Chef, Puppet, Juju, Docker, etc. Many other tools. What is Chef? Chef configuration management tool for dealing with machine setup on physical servers, virtual machines, and in the cloud. The next tool is continuous monitoring. The next is the continuous monitoring, which involves Nagios and Moncacti, etc. So what's Nagios? It helps to monitor system, network and infrastructure. It is used for continuous monitoring of systems, applications, service and business process in a DevOps culture. Next is continuous user feedback and optimization that involves Open Web Analytics, Web Analyzer, W3 Perl. So what is Open Web Analytics is? It is an open source web analytics system framework that can be used to track and analyze how people use their websites and applications. That's very nice. The benefits and its percentage of each benefit the organization has witnessed is shown in the table. So improve the quality of software deployments, it says 63%. More frequent software release, 63%. Improved visibility into IT process and requirements, 61%. Culture change, collaboration or cooperation, 55%. More responsiveness to business needs, 55%. More agile development, 51%. More agile change management process, 45%. Improved quality of code is 38%. So, applications. How is it generally used in the world? In 2008, project initializations would take 30 days, whereas with DevOps, it dropped to just 2 days by 2013. Then total deployment time, like it is from long, it's a long time that it takes to migrate an app from the test to the production, went from 2 days to just 2 hours. Next, Fidelity. It is an finance company that has improved itself by using DevOps. So, it has achieved predictable release schedules and simplified regulatory compliance, replaced its manual release process with an automated release solution, reduced the time required to software release by 99% from 2 to 3 days to just 1 to 2 hours, cost avoidance of more than USD 2.3 million per year. There's another technology called Sandata. It's a consultancy company that accelerated software delivery and improved competitiveness with continuous testing. 100% increase in team productivity that doubled project delivery capacity from 40 to 80 projects. That's very good. 88% reduction in production incidents, identified and resolved defects earlier in the release cycle. Here comes the Watson. IBM Watson. Watson is an IBM supercomputer that combines artificial intelligence and sophisticated analytical software for optimal performance as a question answering machine. Reduced delivery cycles. It has reduced from 9 weeks to just 3 weeks. Compact releases be better matched to customer expectations and zero maintenance window downtime through continuous ability. So now we have understood what DevOps is, the business needs, the way it works, implementation, few tools, and finally the real-time applications. I hope everybody has followed. Thank you.